welcome back to my channel and welcome to another cozy small business vlog. Here's Theo to also welcome you guys in. He is acting crazy right now, just getting into everything, so I might have to put him up. He's about to be bad right now. So the first thing I want to do in this video is head over to Michael's because I heard they are now offering fabrics in store. So I want to see what they have and kind of how it differs from their online collection and differs from like Hobby Lobby and what they have. So we're going to head there, check all that out. I'm also going to be finishing up an illustration that I started yesterday, and it's going to be a new reading tracker bookmark collection. So it's designated tracker, so it will have the month, different color themes, the monthly flower, and for July, I'm pretty sure the monthly flower is the delphinium flower, so it's like blues and purples. So I think this one is really pretty, and I just need to finish up actually adding some details to the flowers, and then we'll be ready to print it off and see how it looks. So I want to work on that in today's video as well. I've honestly been really slacking when it comes to drawing and releasing products. My goal was to release new products every month, and I've kind of been slacking already, but we are midway through the year. I'm going to try and turn it around and be better and release one of these tracker bookmarks the previous month. So like this one, I want to have posted probably by this weekend, so that way you can get them before July actually gets here. But let's go ahead and head over to Michael's and see what they have for fabric. Surprisingly, I did not buy anything at Michael's. They do have a decent selection, but I much prefer Hobby Lobby or just ordering online. I think these turned out really cute, and I'm excited to make more for the rest of the year. Let me know what you guys think of them and maybe some colors and flowers I should do for the other months. Now I want to go ahead and start my next sewing project. But before we get into that, I want to share with you guys everything I've made so far in case you've missed my previous YouTube videos. I have almost shared every single item I have ever sewn. So the first thing was this little rainbow like makeup bag with the matching wristlet. Honestly, I think it turned out pretty good for my first ever sewn item. I think it's pretty cute. The zipper works, which I'm shocked I was even able to do a zipper on my first item. The next thing I made was this bag, this boxy pouch, which I think looks really cute. I want to make a lot more of these, and right now I'm using it for all of my scrap fabric, but I think this turned out really cute. And something that I learned from this one is to do the zipper pulls, which I think turned out really good. And I've made a bunch of different book sleeves. I did make this one here, the Snoopy one, for my mom with the matching wristlet. And then I made the cherry one. This was actually my first one, which I think turned out really cute. Then I have a larger strawberry one, this really cute cherry one, which I actually did not show in a video. I just made this a few nights ago. I think it is super cute. It kind of just gives me like cherry picnic summer vibes. So this one actually might be my new favorite. Then I made with the same fabric this top, which I did make a video sewing my first ever apparel item. Something else I made that I don't think I showed in a video was this little bag, which is my first ever like quilted bag, and I made it for my mother-in-law, so I don't have that here. Then we have two wristlets. This was my first wristlet where I used the stabilizer and top stitch on both sides, and I think it looks really cute, so I'm definitely going to start doing this for all of my wristlets. Here was another one that I made with the stabilizer and top stitch and a cute little matching cherry charm. I love this one. I think it turned out super cute. So that is everything that I've sewn so far. So I want to try and make my first scrunchie. So let's go ahead and get to it. I think I'm going to use the strawberry fabric because I do have a lot of this fabric. So if I mess up, I still have plenty of fabric to use. But let's go ahead and get started. I think this turned out really cute for my first ever scrunchie. I do need to find out how to make the like end look a little bit better or just follow a different tutorial, but overall I love how it looks. So now I think I want to sew a book sleeve. I'm having so much fun making the book sleeves, so let's go ahead and pick out some fabric and start that project.
Oh my goodness.
I've already made a cherry one, strawberry. I feel like this could be really pretty as a book sleeve, and then just do black for the inner lining and the straps. I also have this really cute like green and mushroom fabric, which could also be cute as a book sleeve. Okay, I think I'm just gonna use this mushroom fabric, and also I have this like tan cream colored inner fabric that I can use that will match. I definitely need to get a new setup for my fabric. It is just so squished in here and it's really hard to get to any of the fabric. I finished quilting both of the outer fabrics, so my initial plan was to make this just like my other ones, where it would be like this with the little ribbon on top. But then I realized I actually cut the fabric the wrong way, so the mushrooms were going the long ways. So instead, I'm going to make my first book sleeve without the ribbon that will be like this. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully it will fit the book since I cut it to be the other way. I think it will be okay for paperbacks and smaller hardcovers. We will see, but overall I do think it's looking pretty cute and just kind of whimsical. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the book sleeve and then we'll see how it looks at the end. I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys all of the books I read for May and my June TBR, because I know a lot of you guys also really love to read. It is one of my favorite hobbies, so I thought it'd be fun to share some reading updates and kind of do this every so often until I possibly decide to start a book channel. For May, I read 5 books, 1 audio, 3 Kindle Unlimited, and 1 actual physical book. So the only physical book I read for May was The Rose Bargain. This is Fairy Loot's special edition, so really pretty with the pink, really stunning character art on the end pages. I rated this a 3.5 star. This is a YA romantasy. It follows our main character Lily as she's trying to uncover the bargain that her sister made with the queen. The queen is a fairy and you can ask her any one wish or like one bargain, but she will take something in return. And what she takes is usually like the most random things. It can range from a finger to a childhood memory. She's, a little crazy, but basically it is just her trying to find out what happened to her sister, because ever since her sister made that bargain, she's not been the same. And overall, a 3.5 is definitely not bad in my rating system. I had a lot of fun in the beginning. This reminds me a lot of like Cruel Prince meets Bridgerton vibes. So it has the fae and the magic and then the like historical elements like Bridgerton has. And I forget what Bridgerton calls it. is it like the diamond of the season or something? It has a lot of those elements in this as well. I just kind of found myself getting bored, especially during the middle and kind of towards the end. And I didn't really find a lot of connection or depth with the romance. But I think if you like Once Upon a Broken Heart, if you did like Cruel Prince, or you like Bridgerton, I think you'll probably like this. So definitely give it a shot. Overall, it was pretty good, but definitely not a favorite. The next two books I read are very popular books going around on TikTok and YouTube right now. The first one was Shield of Sparrows. This one was quite a letdown for me. I gave it a 3 stars, so definitely not bad. It is an adult romantasy, and it is following Odessa. And basically, Odessa is not like your average female main character in a fantasy novel. She's not a natural born like ninja warrior. She doesn't have any magic. So she's kind of just pushed into the world very suddenly, and she has to adapt. And it has your like dark, brooding main male character who's kind of giving like Witcher vibes. Overall, the plot was a lot of fun. My main complaint with Shield of Sparrows is that it was very, very repetitive. Next, a very popular book that I read was Silver Elite. This is an adult dystopian. I rated this 4 stars. I thought it was very fun, fast-paced, entertaining, and kind of similar to like Divergent vibes. Overall, a lot of fun, but I've heard very mixed reviews for Silver Elite. Basically, this follows Rin, and Rin has abilities that she is trying to hide. So very similar to Divergent. And it's basically just following her and her entering an academy. I think with a lot of book talk and just like upcoming popular books, especially with book talk books and romantasy, is a lot of the times you have to kind of go into them with not super high expectations. I know sometimes I go into them thinking it's going to be slow burn, it's going to be enemies to lovers, and then it ends up being like insta-lust and not really enemies to lovers. So I think people kind of get tropes a little bit confused and maybe kind of miss trope books. So then you go into it thinking it's one thing and it's not. So I recommend it. I thought it was fun, but nothing extraordinary or like groundbreaking. Like I said, it has a lot of similarities to Divergent. Next book I read on Kindle Unlimited was Enchantra. This is the second one to Phantasma, and it is following the sister from Phantasma, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I gave this one 4 stars. It has kind of like those dark, kind of gothic, magical, like necromancer type vibes. So if you're into that, if you like Belladonna or One Dark Window, you'll probably like this series. If you also really love romantasy, so there is a romance element to this. Very similar to Phantasma, where she gets invited to a competition and has to compete in trials and try to stay alive, and she's kind of like the odd one out. So the last one was actually one I listened to on audiobook, and it was The Housemaid. So this is being turned into a movie, so I wanted to dive into it before the movie comes out. I rated it a 3.75. If you have read or listened to any other Frida McFadden books, it's very similar, and I kind of feel like she has an ongoing theme of very annoying main characters, and that was my main complaint on why it ended up being a 3.75. The characters were driving me crazy, and I know for some that was the point. Overall, I think it was really fast-paced and entertaining. I listened to it within 24 hours, so a great listen. So yeah, I recommend that if you kind of like a fun, quick thriller book. definitely give that a try before the movie comes out. One book I definitely want to get to this month for June is The Night and the Moth. I will be getting the Fairy Loot Special Edition in a couple days, so once I finish the audiobook for Sea of Ruin, I'm probably going to start this. I've been hearing really great things about it, so that will probably be my next read. Other than that one, I don't really know of any other books that I want to get into for June. If you have any recommendations for romantasy or romance or thriller, I'm really wanting to get into some more historical romances as well. Let me know in the comments down below. I think this turned out really cute. I kind of like the vertical because it's really easy to just slip your book in and then be able to just pull it out. But I love the bow on the other one, so maybe I'll try and make one of these with a bow. But I think it turned out really cute, and I'm really happy with how my first scrunchie turned out as well. This bookmark should be available on my shop by this weekend. Let me know some color themes and flowers that you would like to see for the remainder of the month. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye.